Hello everybody, my name is Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is the Frugal Cottage, where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. Today's video is another cash envelope stuffing as we are at the end of another week. Don't forget to like and subscribe and let's get started. So, I've had a bit of a disaster this week in terms of cash envelopes, and that is because I've had to use some cash from them for something that wasn't planned at all. So we've been having problems with wasps for a while, and then kind of in like the last week or so we just kept getting them in our house, like not like one or two, like tens of them at a time. So we had to call in somebody to deal with that, and it turned out that we had quite a sizable wasp's nest in our loft that had to be dealt with. Now thankfully, although I don't have a clue if this is cheap or not, it cost us £65 for that. And they wanted paying in cash, gave us a receipt for that. But I took the money, or most of the money, from cash envelopes. I did have to borrow some from the only sinking fund that I had some money from. So yeah, so very much an unexpected spend. It does mean that I will be over budget for the miscellaneous category for September, because that was not a planned spend there, and I've counted that in the miscellaneous budget, because you know it's part of what we spent this week. So I don't expect to spend, but I'm so happy that it's been dealt with, and it was so straightforward. The guy just kind of went in the loft with a big thing and dealt with it, and now it's all gone, and touch wood, they won't ever come back to that spot again, so hopefully we don't need to worry about that anymore. But that has had an impact on what I spent. So this is my cash envelope system. As always, I will leave a link below to that in the description box below. They're just from Amazon. If you've watched my videos before, I say that every time. And if you're new, then thanks for joining me today. So let's get the ones out that I'm going to use. So if you've watched my budget with me for September video, which I'll leave a link below to, you'll know that we have 4 variable expense categories in our budget. That's the ones I'm going to talk about today. So let's take those out. So I have food, petrol, miscellaneous and children, and there are some things left in. So in the food envelope there's still £13.50 left in there. In the petrol envelope there is £12.50 left in there. In the miscellaneous envelope there is £1.50. I borrowed some money from that one. And children, although I've not spent anything from there, that £20 that was in there has gone. I also used that to pay for this, I suppose, like emergency spend. So what are the plans for this week? Another week where it's fairly quiet, I suppose, in our household. It is very much easier not to spend money when things are back to normal, and apart from kind of extracurricular things, I suppose you'd call them, for the kids, things are back to normal. So we've got £13.50 left in the food envelope. So I think I'm going to put, how much should I put in there? I think I'm going to put £60 in here, and then that gives me £70 and, well, £73.50 left. So 20, 40, 60. So I've got £60 there to add to the food envelope. That should be more than enough for us this week. We're actually off out for a meal next weekend as well, but that we are luckily not paying for that. So that is another meal that I don't even need to buy, so that's helpful. So that leaves me with £73.50 for the week. I don't think we'll go over that. A sensible thing to do would try and buy a bit extra, even though we kind of got a meal that's not on our meal plan, if that makes sense, but buy something as if I was going to cook that and just shove it in the freezer. So that might be a plan for that. But that gives me £73.50 for the week in the food envelope. Now, if you know and watched these videos before, you'll know that I always have £30 in the petrol envelope. I don't really know what to do with this £2.50. I guess I'll leave it there for now. So because there's already £12.50 in here, I'm going to just add a £20 note to this. That gives me £32.50 for petrol. We're a 1-car family, so that I won't go. As you can see, I don't go over the £30 at the moment. I have been doing like walking the school run instead of driving it, whilst the weather is nice, and actually really enjoying the kind of it takes about 20-25 minutes to walk to school from our house, and I've been really enjoying that little walk there and back. So as long as the weather is fine, I think I'll continue to do that, and as long as I stay organised. But that is, I think, actually having a positive impact in terms of petrol So there we go. So there's £32.50 in the petrol envelope. Probably won't go over that. We're not going anywhere extra this week, are we? I don't think so, apart from that place on Sunday. So we'll see. Miscellaneous has £1.50, and I seem to be left with lots of 50p's this week. Again, there was more in this, but I borrowed it to pay for that unexpected bill. So I'm going to put £20 in here for miscellaneous. I don't think I spent quite a bit last week. So last week I bought like cat food, washing liquid, kitchen roll, toilet roll, all the kind of really boring household things. So I don't know particularly what I need to buy from the miscellaneous envelope this week. I'm trying to think if we need... I don't think we really need anything, so hopefully that won't be even kind of touched really. I definitely won't go over that anyway. So that leaves me with £21.50 in the miscellaneous envelope. And then the children's envelope, so I haven't touched this week, but it's gone anyway. And so I'm going to replenish that £20 with another £20. Again, I don't see me spending that particularly, but if it's still there at the end of the month, I'll put that over into a sinking fund envelope instead. So we'll see how that goes. I still haven't got my parcel, by the way. So if you watched my video last weekend, I said that I was supposed to have had a delivery for some children's clothes. And they said they'd deliver it to somewhere that wasn't on our property, and I'm trying to chase that up. But both kind of parties, so the shop I bought it from, which is Zara, and then the company that they used to deliver, which is Yodel, are both being like, oh, we're doing an investigation, blah blah. They won't give me a refund until they've investigated properly, and in the meantime, you know, I'm out of pocket by quite a bit and I have nothing to show for it. And at this moment in time, I'm over budget in the children's category because of that. And if I had the things, then I'd be fine with that because they needed some new clothes, but I haven't even got the items, so I'm over budget with nothing to show for it yet. So keep your fingers that is resolved, because it's starting to annoy me. I appreciate that they need to kind of investigate what's gone on, and it was quite a lot of money for me to spend in one go, so it's really annoying. And the way they're kind of conducting communication is really poor, so it's just a bit frustrating in that respect. But hopefully some way it will be resolved. Either I'll get the things or they just give me a refund. Do you know what, I don't even care either way now. I'd rather just get it sorted. I don't like the fact that it's kind of hanging over me. But anyway, that's the children's envelope. That's £20 in there. Miscellaneous is £21.50. Petrol is now £32.50. I'm still not totally happy about the £2.50 being left in there. We'll leave it for now. And then food is £73.50. Like I said, there's lots of like 50p's in there. And I'm fairly happy with that. I think the September budget, barring this like stupid thing with these clothes for the children, and then obviously miscellaneous, we're going to be over because of this wasp nest snow. But the relief when he said it was all dealt with and that we wouldn't have to keep getting wasps out of our house. Now, I'm not someone who kind of screams when they see a wasp. I'm not bothered by them, but at the same time it's not pleasant, is it? So I'm pleased with that, although like I said, I hadn't factored that in our budget because why would I? So I'm pleased that that's done, but it does mean we're going to be over budget in 2 categories by the end of the month. But apart from that, can I say this, apart from that, I feel that September is going fairly well. Oh, however, now this doesn't come in our miscellaneous kind of categories, if you like. It's a one-off extra, which is kind of budgeted for in a different circumstances. We've got the car, talking of a one-car family, the car has its MOT and service this Friday, so I have a horrible feeling it's going to cost us quite a lot of money, but we'll see how that goes, and we'll see what impact that has at the end of the month. So there you have it there, my cash envelopes for the week ahead. Are you still using cash envelopes? Are you still using your card and not using them? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.